So lads, this isn't really a video as some sort of a gotcha. I just find this funny. I sometimes like to, talk about topics that I just don't make videos on topics that are not that serious. Like on this channel, we will talk about anything. And people are like, oh, this isn't worth making a video on. I'm like, first of all, I choose what's worth making and not making a video on. And like a lot of basketball topics that the thing with this channel is I make a lot of basketball videos and I just kind of look around topics. I look around and see things, and as soon as I have an opinion on something, I talk about it, and you guys don't have to like my opinions or not. But this is something that I find hilarious. Diana Taurasi did not watch the WNBA finals. Diana Taurasi, arguably the GOAT. I think it's hard to argue against Asia right now. Even though longevity, Diana Taurasi's there. She got one MVP, less titles than Asia. She's got 3 titles. So the same amount as Asia, less MVPs. But and all of her records have been broken. Diana Taurasi did not watch the WNBA finals. And this is one of those things where it's funny. I think a lot of people you could hear from Sophie Cunningham and some of the things with like Brittany Griner and stuff. It seems like with Taurasi's retirement that the Phoenix Mercury kind of went away from everything. Like there's no real kind of old link with the old Phoenix Mercury. Like you had, obviously Taurasi was there, Griner was there, Cunningham was there. They got rid of their whole team other than Kat Copper, who had only come in the year before. So I think she was almost a blow-in. She wasn't drafted there. She wasn't spend the whole time on the Mercury. And I do think with this, it's like you can see. I don't think there doesn't seem to be the link between. You know the way when like a top tier player like Taurasi retires, who's been with one organization for so long. Normally there is that organization is pretty much their organization. Like you'll see them heavily involved. Like look, Tamika Catchings. If the Fever make the finals, Tamika Catchings is at every freaking game, whereas Taurasi didn't even watch the finals. Like didn't even watch the finals, and this is hilarious. People are like, oh, all these people that didn't watch the finals aren't really fans of women's basketball. You can't say that anymore. Taurasi didn't. Diana Taurasi didn't watch the finals. And look, I'd say she's probably just all basketballed out. She retired real late as well. Like we have to take into account that like she retired real late. Like she retired in like very much close to the closer to the season than we thought. Ooh. Maybe it was close to free agency. I think everyone assumed when Brittany Griner was gone that Taurasi was retiring. I can't remember when she actually retired. I think it's still it has to be sure. Is it the Mercury's pin tweet? Did they get rid of it as their pin tweet? No. Oh no, they had this post on September the 19th. I was like, if it's the end. And people were like, oh no, it's not going to be the end. No, it's the end. It was the end. But yeah, it's all around a kind of interesting thing where I find it funny that the same fans that will be criticizing people who chose not to watch the finals won't say a word to Diana Taurasi for not choosing not to watch the finals. But yeah, like hypocrisy is not portraying a slap in the face of the city and franchise sport. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nobody else watched either. In fairness, you're not really wrong after game one. But she's not alone. I told you I was down enough F with them folks. She retired, walked to an organization she's no longer a part of. You weren't the only one not trying to see them in the finals. You need Diana Taurasi to beat us. Maybe. It gets deeper most people, hence why she retired the way she did and why players thought they were going to retire there, got traded. I mean, that's actually a good point, in fairness. That is a good point. But like, it's not a great look for the Phoenix Mercury. In fairness, I think Taurasi they should have done everything they can to have Diana Taurasi a courtside for every single game. Maybe they did. Maybe they did try to get Taurasi courtside and she chose not to. But like, I don't see how she wouldn't have been there for even one. It's like, oh yeah, she didn't watch the finals. I'm surprised she wasn't even there for one game. Like, you would think that would happen. But look, it's a it is an interesting thing to look at. And when it comes to these old WNBA players, like, you're not seeing that many former W players like at games or that are that involved with teams, and it is a bit of a weird one. Like, we don't have like, you know, like the court side, the Charles Oakleys going to some of these games, and no real, like, a lot of players not really working as ambassadors. And maybe Taurasi just is sick of basketball. Maybe after 4 years at UConn and 20 years in the W, like, was it 20 years in the W? 2004 to 2024, 21 years, 20 years. Yeah, she took a year off. She took a year off because she got paid. I think she got paid like 3 times the salary, the WNBA salary, to not play. They were like, yeah, we'll give you like 300. Max salary is like 100K. We'll give you like 300K to not play. Just still crazy to think about. But yeah, it's something that happened, and the league not having who should be one of the ambassadors for the league. And it's not that she's not there at basketball. Like, she's there for UConn games, and she was there during the championship game doing her own commentary. They had Caitlin Clark on. It was the Taurasi and Bird commentary. Maybe the WNBA didn't want that, but I am still shocked, like, because you know that there's more like, seems to be more love there with UConn, where she played 4 years, in the Mercury, where she played 20 years, it's something. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I think this is nothing really. I just think it's a funny thing to talk about, and yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.